I think there's still a lot of passion between both clubs, especially when it's rivalry week. I think the animosity is always going to be there. We've met in the playoffs a lot the past couple of seasons, and sometimes we've gotten the better of them, sometimes they've gotten the better of us, and so it's heated. And I know the fans care about it probably more than any other rivalry in the league. So it's a game we take very seriously.
You guys are playing better. How good is it now that DC's right there coming off the Orlando draw?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, positive result on the road. We had struggled mightily on the road before Orlando, and I thought it was a good stepping stone for us. We would have liked to get 3 points. I think the opportunity was there to get 3 points, but you walk off the field having not lost, and you keep that positive momentum going that you had following your 2 wins, and I think that's encouraging. Now you go into DC. You want to have those positive vibes, and certainly we do right now. We're a confident bunch. We know DC hasn't started the season off great, but at the same time, in these rivalry games, you kind of throw records out the window. They don't really matter. Certainly when you're playing them, it's always going to be a dogfight. You're going to have to be ready for the battle. We know they're at home, and they're going to want to win for their fans, and so we expect to get their best game.
You have 3 rivalry games this upcoming week, both 2 on the road. How's the mentality of the squad coming into this week ahead?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the mentality is positive. The mentality is strong. I think training has been really good the past couple of weeks. We've been preparing for games the right way. And yeah, like you said, we have a big week ahead of us. I don't really want to talk too much about the 2 games after the DC game because they're not really that important to me right now. The only game that matters is DC, and in order for us to go down there and get a win, it's going to require full 100% focus on the task at hand, because every time you go to RFK, it's never easy, and it's always going to be a battle. Certainly we think that there are certain ways we can get at them, and we're going to try to do that. And on the other side of it, we know they have dangerous players that can hurt us going forward. So it's always going to be a challenge to get points out of there, but we believe in the spirit of the squad. We're starting to get healthy at the right time, and we believe we can go down there and get 3 points.
You wanted to tighten things up as a team. You feel you've taken a major step that way now defensively?
Yeah, I think the last 2 performances defensively have been much better. Obviously, anytime you can get a shutout at home against one of the best teams in the league in Dallas, that's a good result. And then going to Orlando in a hostile environment where they've pounded teams, quite frankly. They've been very good at home, and they've scored a lot of goals. And they had their best player back, obviously Kaká back. That was a big challenge for us. But I thought for the most part we handled it well. Luis had to make a couple saves, which is always going to happen when you go on the road. We expect him to have to do the same in DC. But defensively, things are a lot tighter. And the one thing I've said is that we can't beat ourselves. We were doing that in the beginning of the season. We kept giving away bad mistakes, conceding bad goals, and lo and behold, when you don't make mistakes and you don't concede bad goals, you start to get some positive results. And so everything that happens, that's good for us starts in the back. If we can stay tight and keep shutouts or, only concede 1 goal a game, I mean, that's certainly going to be positive, and that's going to lead us to more victories in the future.
How's Aurelian settling in?
Yeah, he's settling in well. He's a really nice guy, really outgoing. He's a guy that can come in and fit in with the group really well. He shows his personality right away, and that's a good thing. I think we're a team that's very welcoming. We have a lot of good characters on this team and a lot of personality, but we're not intimidating. We're not an intimidating bunch of guys. We're a bunch of just easygoing guys, and so I think he's recognized that right away, and he's settled in. He's used to the style that we play and the system that we play because obviously he's familiar with it from his Kansas City days, and so I thought it was a good first step for him. Really emotional game, first game for us playing his old team, so you never really know how that's going to go or how he's going to handle it, but I thought he handled it well. Obviously played with his typical aggression, but it was good that he controlled himself in the second half because I think the ref really wanted to send him off, but he did really well to stay physical but also do it in the right way, so he's going to be a big addition for us.
You mentioned Luis. Can you just speak to kind of the consistency and of him as a teammate and a performance? And I'm sure you're aware that he's the new MLS Iron Man back there.
I'm very, very aware of it, as the media has shown us throughout the past couple of weeks, but it's certainly deserved. Luis is one of the best professionals that I've ever played with in terms of his attitude on the field, his demeanor off the field, the way that he carries himself. around the facility. He's a really positive guy, and that shows in his performances, his organization of the back line. I'm happy for him, and he deserves it. He's been at this club a long time, just like I have, and so he's earned every bit of press and every bit of accolades that he's going to receive.